Hey guys, what's up? This is Josh. I'm just doing my weekly update. I have this light on right here so you can see some of the fish, how they're doing and whatnot. I just fed them, so there's a lot of food floating around in there that they're eating. They're getting pretty big. There's a couple in here that are just monstrous that I don't really have too much more room for just yet. So, I mean, they're doing pretty well, you know, aside from the simple fact that it's getting a little crowded in there. But I have some moved over to this tank over here. This water's a little cloudy. I guess it was from overfeeding at one point. So I probably need to do a water change here relatively soon. And then in this tank over here, there isn't any fish in it right now because I had some fish were swimming around a little funky after I pulled out some plants from up here. I pulled out some plants and stuff started to not go so well for the fish. I guess the plants stopped eating. There weren't enough plants to eat all the waste and to take care of it. So stuff, you know, the fish started to die. So, but other than that, I've got my habanero plants that are doing pretty good, or buchaloki, I'm not sure just yet. They're surviving. Still haven't set any fruit on these for some reason. They just won't. They won't set fruit. So I might try moving them outside here pretty soon. And then, other than that, let's see, I got my onions and broccoli, and I might be moving outside soon too. This system, I'm going to move this container outside to work on an outdoor system that I'll show you here in a bit. So I'll move on to the other room. And I planted some carrots and celery in here. I don't think you can see them. It wasn't too long ago that I had planted. Oh, wow, yeah, I got one. Let's see here. It's a little rough to see. Yep, right there. I got one right there. Oh, I got another one right there, too. Huh. Stuff's coming up. I'm going to have to turn the lights on here pretty soon. So I got some right there. Yeah. I'll have to turn these lights on here pretty soon so I can get this setup working. I'll probably be like pulling all the plants out of here and moving them outside or something and building a setup similar to this one here because I like this setup better. A lot more space and room. So in my hydroponic room, I've got some tomato plants that I started. I might move these outside and in these containers as well, so they can get sunlight from outside instead of sitting them underneath these lights, because these lights produce a lot of heat, and my house is starting to get warm now that it's April. So I have hops that are growing really well. I'm going to hopefully transplant them outside today, and then some tomato plants there that I've started. Lettuce is doing pretty good. I have buchaloki peppers here that need transplanting here relatively soon. And I also have strawberries here, and with my pollinating skills for with the paintbrush here, I actually set a strawberry on here. Let me see if I can't find him. I was pretty proud of myself. Yeah, there it is, right there. I got one coming in. So hopefully I can get more coming in. I also, with the electric toothbrush, I've pollinated this, and I've got a tomato plant, or a tomato coming in. I'm zooming in on right now. This little guy on my microtom. So at least my tomatoes are coming in, and my strawberries, so it's not too discouraging. And then I got my grape vine here that's getting nice and strong in the dirt. I'm going to transplant outside hopefully sometime soon. Green beans still kind of not doing so hot back here. Can't really explain it too much. I guess they just don't like 5-gallon buckets. So I'm going to try moving them, transplanting them outside, see if that works. It probably won't, because I don't think green beans like to be transplanted at all. So, alright. Now, got my windowsill unit here. I took some tomato plants out, some larger ones, and moved them outside, which we will go outside to check those out. Alright, I moved them to this container here and some 5-gallon buckets that I had drilled holes out in the bottom, just to kind of move them outside and get help from the sun. I like to kind of use as much of the sunlight as I can now that it's nice out. So I've got that there for tomato plants that I moved outside, and I moved my basil plant outside as well, and that guy's sitting right here getting a lot of sunlight and producing a lot of basil. I was drying some of it yesterday. Here's a hop plant that was getting way too big and I need to transplant outside here, or where I'm going to put it here pretty soon, which is going to be out in my front yard, and that I will show you when I'm done with that, probably in the next week's update. My rainwater trap barrel system there is providing me with plenty of water for all my plants. And now, my big summer project that I've started on that I'm pretty excited about is this here, the 275-gallon tote. Right now, it's just filled with some dirty water, I guess. I'm trying to see if it'll grow algae before I do anything, to make sure that it's safe. It's looking like the water's getting a little green there, so put some rock up here, drill the hole for PVC, and it's getting close to being ready to start running. This one here is another container that I gotta finish up. I'm also waiting on this one to grow some algae in it. This container here already has plenty of algae growth in it. The water's very green and dark, which is nice. So I'll be moving that one green grow bed that I have inside. I'm going to actually make a little thing for that to sit on here so that it'll sit on top of it and drain back into this container here. That way I can get more systems outside during the summer. So, and then this is a smaller container. I think this is 75 and this might be 50 gallons. I'm not exactly sure. But same goes with this. I'm just growing some algae right now just to see what works and what doesn't. I'm also got a barrel here, 55-gallon barrel, that I'm going to... I made a little raft system out of styrofoam that I'm going to have float on top of the water, and I cut a hole out in the middle of it to put a basket. Put a plant in that to grow so that when the water level changes up and down, it will rise and fall with it. And then I'll just toss an air stone in there and toss some fish and see how it does. I'll probably start with some goldfish just to make sure that they don't die. So that's kind of just a bit of an experiment of mine that I'm going to work on. And other than that, I got my tank set up here that hopefully I'll be able to get further along here relatively soon. I also have some of these ponds here, these goldfish ponds, that I might put out in my backyard back there depending on if it gets enough sun. I'll put those back there and put a greenhouse over the top of them and grow stuff in that as well. So I've got quite a bit of work to do, but it's coming along. So this is my potato barrel that I wanted to try out, which is really cool. I recommend it if you can get your hands on one of these barrels. They're really cool. If you can see, I got potato plants already coming up, the leaves. As the leaves rise up and they get tall, you put more dirt in to fill up to the leaves so that, you fill it about that much every time, and every time you fill it up, it sends out shoots to the sides of the barrels, and it'll fill this barrel with potatoes up until the top of it, and then the leaves will pour over the side of it. And once the leaves are, pretty long, maybe towards August or October, then you can, August or September, you can, just, kick the barrel over, and out rolls all your potatoes, and then you don't have to harvest any of them. So this is my test for this year to see if this works. So, alright guys, well thanks for watching. I'll keep you updated next week, let you know how far I've gotten. Hopefully it'll be further than what I am now. So, thanks guys. Later.